started. Okay. Good evening. Before we begin, I ask that everyone please mute your phones so that no outside voices or noises are coming through during this meeting. Thank you. Welcome to the March 16th meeting of the Board of Education. Please pause now for the invocation followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. O God, we pray to administer that which is just in all educational policies. Be ever mindful of our actions. Stir us to action with love, wisdom, and understanding. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I am the Board President, Michelle Corkadell, and I want to thank everyone for joining us under the unusual circumstances. Given that we are audio only today, I will start with a roll call of members. Please remove yourself from mute as your name is called, and then remute upon completion of the roll call. Mr. Grannon.
Yes, here.
Thank you. Ms. Schalheim. Yes, I am here. Thank you. Ms. Antwine. Not here yet. Mr. Gilliland.
Here.
Thank you. Mr. Live.
Here.
Thank you. Ms. Hummer? Here. Not here. Thank you. Ms. Alvey? Not here yet. Ms. Ellis? Here. Thank you. Today's meeting will conclude public participation only on those items that are before us. Those items include the approval of the minutes, establish the agenda order, and consent items, awards of contracts. Once the board finishes their discussion on the item, I will ask if the public has any questions or comments as we approach them. Thank you once again for joining us. Okay. Item 2.03, the approval of the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve? So moved. Second. Schalheim?
5 seconds.
Okay, Ms. Schalheim has made a motion. Mr. Live has seconded. Any discussion of any members? Seeing none. Ms. Howell, please call the roll for the approval of the minutes.
Mr. Grannon?
Aye.
Ms. Schalheim?
Aye.
Mr. Gilliland?
Aye.
Mr. Live?
Aye.
Ms. Ellis?
Aye.
Ms. Corkadell?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Wait a minute, you forgot me. Oh, wait. Oh,
hello.
Ms. Hummer?
I apologize. I apologize. Ms. Hummer?
Aye.
Motion passes.
I thought I was counting wrong. Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry. Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you very much, Ms. Howell. Item 2.04, establish the agenda order. Do we have any revisions to the agenda or to order today? Hearing none. Do we have a motion to proceed as published?
So moved. Bob Live.
Second, Julie Hummer. Any discussion? Any public comment to the agenda? Hearing none. Ms. Howell, please call roll.
Mr. Grannon?
Aye.
Ms. Schalheim?
Aye.
Mr. Gilliland?
Aye.
Mr. Live?
Aye.
Ms. Hummer?
Aye.
Ms. Ellis?
Aye.
Ms. Corkadell?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you, Ms. Howe. Item Item 6, consent items, awards of contract. Dr. Arlotto.
Yes, ma'am. Do we want to take each of these individually?
We can entertain that advice. Do I have a motion to bundle the awards of contracts?
So moved.
So moved. Second, we have Summer. Okay, great. We have a motion and a second to bundle. Any discussion of members? Hearing none. Any public comment? Hearing none. Ms. Powell, please call roll on a motion to bundle items 6.01 through 6.07, consent items and awards of contract.
Mr. Grannon?
Aye.
Ms. Schulheim?
Aye.
Mr. Gilliland?
Aye.
Mr. Libe?
Aye.
Ms. Hummer?
Aye.
Ms. Ellis?
Aye.
Ms. Corkadell?
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Miss
Thank you,
Corkadell, I'm
Ms.
just letting you know I'm in.
Oh, thank you very much. Did you want to, okay. We're getting ready right now to accept, to hear from Dr. Arlotto on his recommendation to the awards of contracts. Dr. Arlotto.
Yes, ma'am. I recommend the Board of Education authorize the award of contracts as listed on today's agenda, 6.01 through 6.07.
Live, so moved.
Hummer, second. We have a motion and a second to approve items 6.01 through 6.07 as bundled consent items and awards of contract. Any deliberation or comment of board members?
I have a couple of questions, Melissa Ellis.
Okay.
Hold on, let me find them. Dr. Arlotto, item 6.02, the Ethernet services. Does this work in any way enhance our online learning capabilities? Is this related to that in any way?
Let me take off. Yep, I take off mute. Sorry. I'm not sure that it enhances our capabilities. It allows us the purchasing, the access through E-rate services. I'd have to find out from you. Find out if it actually increases. I think what you're asking is increasing our speed. And I think that is done through our connection that we've done with the county and previous contracts and connecting all of our buildings with the other county buildings. So I know this has to do primarily with us accessing E-rate, but I don't know, Ms. Ellis, if it actually increases our speed, if you will, in terms of accessing the internet.
Okay, and item 6.07, the internet services, same question. So none of this that you know of is intended to gear us up for greater distance learning or anything like that. This is just
correct.
Moving. Okay.
This is sort of business as usual. Yes.
Got it. And then one more question for the item 6.06, the student planners. What students receive these planners, and do we have any? Have there been efforts to determine the amount students are using these when they are provided?
So these are provided at all of our middle schools.
Okay.
And schools. So we have in the past, it's been some PTAs, for instance, have purchased planners for students, or there's been a charge for that. We have, in the last 2 years, absorbed all those costs. So we are now centrally purchasing them and helping direct some of the information, the basic county information that's included in the front pages of each of the planners. So that is now as something we're taking on as a school system, and we are paying for it. And we're going in conjunction. We're doing that with some other school systems.
And are students getting? I guess, tutorial education on the use of planners and the benefits. I'm just trying to determine if I think it's a great tool for students if they're actually using them.
Yes, and so could I tell you that all of our students that get them use them well? I think the answer, you and I would say no. But yes, so particularly in the AVID world, those students that are part of AVID, that becomes part of their, I don't want to say training, but in their organizational skills. And then we try and build in some of those organizational skills in their advisories also about how to utilize the planner. But it's really on a teacher-to-teacher basis. They'll remind students, okay, open up your planner and write in your homework. Or I've got the homework up on the board, make sure that you write it down. Or putting in key dates, assessment dates, and those kinds of things. So those are sort of the ways that we try and encourage students to use them.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other comments in addition to Ms. Ellis? Hearing none. Any public members wish to testify? Hearing none. Ms. Howe, please call roll.
Mr. Grannon?
Aye.
Ms. Shawhan?
Aye.
Mr. Gilliland?
Aye.
Mr. Lyde?
Aye.
Ms. Hummer?
Aye.
Ms. Alvey?
Aye.
Ms. Ellis?
Aye.
Ms. Corkadell?
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you, Ms. Howe. Vice President Ellis.
Thank you, Madam President. I move that the board go into closed session to discuss public security if the public body determines that public discussion would constitute a risk to the public or to public security, including the deployment of fire and police services and staff, and the development and implementation of emergency plans.
Ms. Howe, please. Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Live second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Ms. Howe, please call roll.
Mr. Grannon?
Aye.
Ms. Shawhan?
Aye.
Mr. Gilliland?
Aye.
Mr. Lyde?
Aye.
Ms. Hummer?
Aye.
Ms. Alvey?
Aye.
Ms. Ellis?
Aye.
Ms. Corkadell?
Aye.
Motion passes 8-0.
Thank you. At this time, I want to thank the public for their participation. We are now going to enter into closed session by hanging up on this telephone call and entering onto a secure line to conduct our closed session. Thank you, everyone.